Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we are going to deal with a letter written by Earl of Chesterfield, and the title of this letter is A Letter to His Son. First of all, let's see an introduction of this letter written by Earl of Chesterfield. Philip Dormer Stanhope. The period of Philip Stanhope is 1694 to 1773. The fourth Earl of Chesterfield was an eminent British statesman and a man of letters. A man of letters stands for scholar, writer. He was a scholar writer. He was famed for his oratorical and debating skill. He was a great orator and he was famous for his debating skills in both houses of the British Parliament. As you know that British Parliament is having two houses, the House of Commons and House of Lords. So he was famous for his oratory and debating skills in these both houses of British Parliament. He addressed a series of letters to his son, also named Philip Stanhope, instructing him on the manners and deportment proper to the fashionable world. Here, first of all, through his letters, he instructed to his son how he should behave in the fashionable world. Deportment, he used the word deportment over here, and the meaning of deportment means etiquettes and manner. The way we walk, the way we stand, and the way we behave is called as deportment. So, through his series of letters, he instructed to his son, Philip Stanhope, that how should he behave in the modern world. These were collected together, all these letters written by Earl of Chesterfield. All these letters collected together and published as letters to his son on the art of becoming a man of the world and a gentleman. Once again, I am repeating the title under which all these letters have been collected and published together. And the title is Letters to His Son on the Art of Becoming a Man of the World and a Gentleman, published in 1774. This collection was very popular for well over 100 years, owing to the practical advice contained in them. So here, owing to means because of. This book, Letters to His Son on the Art of Becoming a Man of the World and a Gentleman, still is much famous because of its practical advice given by a father to his son. In letter, this one is the letter number 96. So in letter 96, reproduced below, Lord Chesterfield advises his son on how he should employ. Employ means utilize or use properly. Employ his time while touring Rome, means while traveling in Rome. How should he utilize or use his time properly? He advocates a judicious balance of studies and leisures. Now, first of all, advocates means to support a particular plan or a plan which is based on some action or recommend some plan for doing something. So he advocates what? A judicious balance, a proper balance between study and leisure time. Leisure means free time. And exhorts his son to engage sincerely with the local people and their customs in order to benefit fully from his travels. He also expects that his son should learn new things through his traveling to Rome. So, here let's see the text. It is given in the form of a letter. Of course, it is a letter written by a father to his son. London, December 16, 1749. Dear boy, this letter will, I hope, find you safely arrived and well settled at Rome. After the usual distresses and accidents of a winter journey, which are very proper to teach you patience. It is an opening paragraph of this letter written by a father to his son. This letter will, I hope, find you safely arrived and well settled at Rome after the unusual distresses. Distresses means suffering, great pain, or upset, or having some difficulty, facing some difficulties during traveling. So distresses and accidents of winter journey. Accidents means, once again, problems or difficulties faced by a traveler during his voyage or his travel. So accidents of a winter journey which are very proper to teach you your patience. It means all these difficulties, all the problems faced by you definitely will teach you how should you keep the peace of the mind. Definitely it should help you to stay calm and deal with the situation in a proper way. So your stay there, I look upon a very important period of your life. Now you are going to have an important period of your life because you are going to learn so many things through your traveling in the Rome. So, and I do believe that you will feel it up well, definitely. Through this experience, through this traveling, definitely you will learn so many things. I hope you will employ, definitely you will utilize, you will properly use your time over there. The morning, diligently with Mr. Hart, and definitely you will proper use your morning time in acquiring wet. Acquiring wet means you will properly manage the things to get in the morning, and the evenings in the best companies at Rome. And definitely while traveling, while wandering in the evening, you will definitely have so many things, new people, new areas, new locations. You will get to have the company of different people in different areas while being over there as a new person in the new area of Rome. So, acquiring luster. Here, luster means different shades of colors. So, gentle, soft glow. So, you will see, you will get a chance to look at different people, different areas, variety of culture in the Rome. A formal, dull father would recommend to you. He has called himself a formal and a dull father. Here, formal means a serious. Being as a father, he is serious, and seriously he is instructing to his son, as well as dull father. Every time we usually look at the father as a dull instructor or a formal father. Why? Every time they are instructing us, they are giving us directions: do this and don't do that, or go there and don't go there. That is why he is calling himself as a dull and formal father. A formal, dull father would recommend to you to plod out the evenings. He is recommending to his son to plod out. To plod out means slowly go for a walk. Why slowly? Because he will get a chance to look at and observe and interpret the variety of things in the room, because all the things are new to his son. So he is giving an instruction, recommending that his son should observe everything very minutely, very keenly, and he will definitely try to understand and interpret the things in a true manner. That is why. So recommend to you to plod out the evenings. 2. At home, over a book by a dim tapper. But I recommend to you the evenings for your pleasures. I hope you will find some pleasure. You will definitely get some happy things, happy moments. You will enjoy the happiness over there, which are as much a part of your education. So learning through the book, going to the colleges and learning through the through the lectures of the teacher, through the lessons given by a teacher in the classroom is a different thing, and learning through the practical aspects in the society is a different thing. So he's expecting that his son should learn so many things from these kind of the experiences of the life. So you will definitely get the pleasures, my son, which are as much a part of your education and almost as necessary a one. It is necessary. Bookish knowledge is really great at its level, but so many times the knowledge you are going to have from the experiences through your traveling, visiting new places, meeting new people, definitely will enrich your look towards the society, and it will definitely help you to be a great man, a gentleman in the society. So your education are almost as necessary a one as your morning studies. Go to whatever assemblies, means wherever you want to go, please go. Join the different groups of people. Join the different gatherings and spectacles. Wherever you will see a gatherings or a group of people, because of either congregated because of the one kind of the interest to look at the new things. So you will get such group of people, eye catchers. So join them, people of a fashion, different fashions. Please go and join them. And when you are there, do as they do, because you are in a new place. Follow the things, what exactly the people are doing over there. So it will help you not simply to understand their cultures, but it will also help you to be there among them as the part of their culture. So when you are there, do as they do. Endeavor means give your 100% good efforts. Try hard. So endeavor to outshine means glow better than them. Do something. Being with them or try to be a part of their culture and try to expose yourself that you are quite better than them. So endeavor to outshine those who shine there the most. So get the gabbo. Here it is an Italian term, Italian word, gabbo, gentilezza, and the leggiadria. These are the Italian words have been used by the writer in his letter to his son. So get the gabbo. So be there if you are among those people, those who are not completely known to you, unknown to you, new people, new culture, new country. Try to be like them. Gentilezza means be kind, be gentle. Be gentle. The leggiadria. So what is the meaning of leggiadria? Leggiadria means prettiness. Try to carry a prettiness. Be a gentle one. So leggiadria of the Italians. Make love to those who are unknown to you. So make love to the most important, impertinent beauty of condition. Condition that you meet with and be gallant with all the rest. Try to be kind-hearted with each and everyone. Do not let them find some kind of aloofness in your behavior or through your etiquettes. Let them feel that you are one of among them, that you are one of the part, one of the very undividable aspect of their culture. Be there just like them. Thank you.